Okay, now let's bring in Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. Congressman, we'll start with you had quite a hearing yesterday, and the scary part is we talked to Rudy Giuliani after the hearing, and he pointed out something very important. Not that this is going on in 2016 or 2020. He predicted that the deep state, the FBI, the intel agencies will cook the books against the GOP in 2024, and that kind of scared us all.
Well, the national security state in our country is the most significant election interference operation in the world. And we didn't just learn that from whistleblowers or from the Durham report. We learned that when Michael Morell, the former acting director of the CIA, who wanted to be Joe Biden's CIA director, was out there getting people to lie about the origins of the Hunter Biden laptop. And so now step forward these whistleblowers who were here with us yesterday, and they're saying it's not just President Trump who's been targeted by these folks, not just me and Rudy Giuliani, any American who expressed support for the Second Amendment online, who might have said build the wall on Facebook, who might have even posted the Betsy Ross flag, could potentially be targeted, deemed a violent domestic terrorist by our own government. And they do it because there are cash payments made to people in certain key divisions if they're able to open up a certain number of these cases. And then
Matt, I think this is news to me, probably news to a lot of people listening. What do you mean cash payments?
Yeah, so one of the things that Steve Friend brought forward in his whistleblower complaint is that there were cash incentives given to people in FBI leadership based on case volume. And that's really problematic because it's about the quality of cases and keeping the American people safe and prosecuting crimes, not just indicating that you're able to check the boxes on certain case volumes in certain categories that Christopher Wray wants to talk about when he comes before the Congress. Another whistleblower, Marcus Allen, at the hearing saw that testimony Christopher Wray had given to Amy Klobuchar in the Senate wasn't true. He seemed to indicate that there were no confidential informants or confidential human sources as part of the group of people who were in the riot at the Capitol on January 6th. But that's not the case. Even in the Boston field office of the FBI, they were told that they couldn't get evidence they needed to predicate investigations because the Washington field office said, well, those videos may include our confidential human sources and our
convenient. How convenient.
Yeah, we were conspiracy theorists when we said that earlier, Eric.
Yeah, right.
Now it's all
we're proving that nightly, that it's a conspiracy theory for about 3 to 6 months, and then neither conspiracy nor theory. The left-leaning, the left-wing media, and I include Fox in this, have dismissed all this, dismissed the FBI, the whistleblowers. Take a listen to Nicole Wallace on MSNBC.
They are reappropriating the term whistleblower after doing everything they could to endanger the life of the actual whistleblower that led to Donald Trump's first impeachment. And they are standing by people who are, at a minimum, and again, it's not in dispute, guilty of insubordination, of refusing to carry out a court-approved search.
So, in other words, if you don't agree with the left, you're not a whistleblower and you don't deserve protections. But on the left, protect everything about them and let's find more of them against Trump.
I stopped listening to Nicole Wallace after she was lying about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq during the Bush administration. But as it comes to these whistleblowers, it's that they've called into question the narrative that the FBI has tried to put out about our fellow Americans, this belief that we're all racist and that we're all extremists, when the reality is our fellow Americans are actually quite kind to one another, and it is the FBI engaging in this prosecution of division in our country, engaging in election interference in some cases, and that is concerning. And I don't know that we can fix this with just reforms around the edges. We just may need to start with a clean sheet of paper and redesign federal law enforcement around actual prosecution of crimes, not becoming an enforcement wing of the political left.
Yeah, it's a state trooper. You have a ticket quota, or you're going to we're going to pay you to open investigations, not to convict people or to turn them over to the convicting bodies and get the convictions. We'll just pay you to open them up. And by the way, I would be willing to bet the number of open cases of people on the right and Trump supporters far outweighs the ones on the left. Matt Gaetz, great job yesterday, by the way. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Brent.